Hi guys, welcome to a quick 2-minute video which is just a course and exam overview for the Dell Technologies Associate Data Science version 2 module. It's delivered by Blackpool College and myself, Lee Holroyd. So in this video we're going to cover some different elements. We're going to look at some course goals, some useful background from yourself, some course objectives and what we hope to achieve, a brief overview of the exam itself and the syllabus, how this relates to the book, and also the expectations from yourself and also me from this module. So the course objectives, the course goals, are to help you become a participant in a data analyst team and have a grounding as to how you can develop this in the future. This is all about foundation level and making sure you can walk before you can run. I'm not going to be able to teach you everything to do with data analytics and the data scientist role. However, hopefully I should be able to give you a brief overview of all of it. So we're going to identify what you should expect of the data scientist role and also what people should be expecting from you within this role. We're going to take the point of view from a data scientist. We're going to look at different tips, techniques, some of the more complex data analytics approaches and theories within the module. But everything we do is going to be from the role of a data scientist, which would hopefully help you out. We're also going to focus on software, which is all open source and free to use. The reason we're doing this is because generally the documentation is better and also it's easily accessible from yourself. Most importantly though, we're going to try and keep things practical. So there might be some heavy videos on some of the theory, but in sessions hopefully we're going to focus on the practical elements, which I'm also going to make videos on as well, which should be useful. So yeah, we're going to focus on taking the data, the analytics techniques, relating it to different types of data, and also how we can then create models, and we can look at stuff like visualization, which should be useful. So some of the background knowledge you could have some good mathematical skills, some experience in R programming in RStudio, some experience with databases themselves, such as entities, ERDs, basic modeling, and any basic programming skills such as C++, Python. However, SQL is the main one within this, so RStudio and SQL. These are just things that would be useful. You don't necessarily have to have any knowledge in any of them. However, over the next few months you might want to do a bit of background research on some of the maths elements that you were struggling with, or some of the RStudio stuff, or SQL, etc. You get the point. So this is just areas where, if you're improving alongside the course, would help you pass the course. So the course objectives are split up into these different areas. So immediately participants should be able to participate and contribute as a data scientist team member on big data and other analytics projects by doing these things. So deploying the data analytics lifecycle to address big data problems, reframing a business challenge to an analytical challenge, applying appropriate analytics techniques and tools to analyze big data, creating statistical models and insights that can lead to actionable results, selecting appropriate data visualizations to communicate these results, look at insights, business sponsors and analytical audiences, and also using a range of tools such as RStudio, MapReduce, Hadop, in database analytics, window and Madlib functions. And then finally, explain how advanced analytics can be leveraged to create competitive advantages and how the data scientist role and skills differ from those of a traditional business intelligence analyst. That's a mouthful. So hopefully all these different things we're going to be looking at are going to push you and give you a foundation for moving into a data scientist role. So the exam itself is split up into 60 different questions. These 60 questions, you need to get 36 marks out of the 60, so 60% in order to pass. There's a time limit of 90 minutes, so you've got about 1.5 minutes per question. It's all multiple choice, so you should be okay. This is the exam code, DEA7TT2. The only reason that's there really is because when you do your online practice test, make sure you click the practice test of DEA7TT2 and don't click on the other ones. And then I've also put links to, I'll put links to that, and I've also put links to the syllabus itself. So the syllabus is split up between 6 different areas. So you've got big data analytics and data scientist role, you've got the data analytics lifecycle, the initial analysis of data, advanced analytics theory application and interpretation of results for the 8 methods, which we'll discuss in a second, the advanced analytics for big data technologies and tools, and the optimization and analytics projects and data visualization techniques. So I've just put that there just because you can see the percentages and the weightings. So for instance, the bottom one, the 10%, out of the 60 questions is going to be 6 questions that are based upon that topic. Obviously we've got 40% with advanced analytics, So you're going to get 24 questions which are based just on that topic. So that's the big one. That's going to be the focus. However, we're going to cover everything with videos and practicals and tasks and that sort of thing. So I'm not going to go through each one of the syllabus topics just yet, because we're going to do that when we get to it. But I just wanted to know at the bottom it says what chapter of the book these are all going to be in. So you've got the Big Data Analytics book. Chapter 1 covers the big data analytics and data scientist role. Chapter 2 covers the data analytics lifecycle, where we've got the describe, discovery, preparation, planning and building stages. We're going to go through all these stages in the video as well. Then we've got chapter 3, which is initial analysis of the data. And then we've got chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which covers all the advanced analytics maths elements, looking at the theory behind it, such as k-means clustering. We're going to look at the theory of it, and then how the application and the interpretation from the results from that theory can then be applied to something. So we're going to cover these in a lot of detail. Okay. Also, chapter 10 and 11 look at describing the technology challenges posed by big data, the nature of using different tools such as MapReduce and Apache Hadoop, the ecosystems, some of the in-database analytics and SQL essentials, and some of the advanced SQL methods with the functions, aggregates and Madlib. So it's a lot more about the application of this. So we've done a bit of the theory here. So we've got the theory behind big data and the life cycle, so the design stages. We've got the implementation of it with RStudio and also the different methods and modelling methodologies. And then we look at the application and a bit more of the critical elements, so some of the challenges that it's posed. And then finally, the operationalization of these analytical projects and data visualization techniques. So describing some of the best practices for communicating, for building and for planning. So within the syllabus, just remember that everything you need to pass the exam is in the book. So chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4 to 9, 10, 11, and then 12, and that's the whole book. Okay? So one last bit, what should you expect from me and what I should expect from you? So what I will need you to do is to study the chapters of the book. The exam is written based upon the book. Okay? So if you learn the book, you will pass the exam. I need you to engage in the theory and the practical based sessions. Some of this is going to be online, some of it's going to be through videos, some of it's going to be practical tasks, some of it's going to be listening and talking about different theories. And then I just need you to engage with it as much as you can and ask questions. What you should expect from me is I'm going to make videos of all of the mathematical and practical based sections. I'm going to make videos based on the theory themselves and then how you apply it within RStudio or how you apply it within the modelling or programming languages. I'm going to create audio PowerPoints or videos such as this on the key aspects of the book, and all, but that's going to be from my interpretation. So it's what I think they're going to ask you. So even though hopefully I'm going to be able to pinpoint some of the elements that they're going to ask you, make sure you're reading the book as well, not just listening to the videos or just doing what I'm asking you to. Make sure you're doing your own research on the book. And then we're finally going to have some monthly quizzes on sections of the book. We're going to have different chapters to read, for example, 1 week, so 1 month. So I might give you chapter 1 to read, and then on the next visit we might have a quiz on chapter 1, and then we might discuss some of the different elements within that chapter, and then so on and so on. So hopefully there's just a picture of the book that you should all have by now. So hopefully that's just a quick overview for you of the module and the exam, and then I look forward to making the other videos. Thanks.